Welcome to the 363rd episode of the So Video Games podcast, where we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. If we are playing it, we'll be talking about it. Today, we are recording on November 19th, 2023. My name is Brad Galloway. I am the editor of GameCritics.com, and I'm also 50% of this here show. With me is the man who's wishing my wife a happy birthday, Carlos Rodella.
Okay, happy birthday, then. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
You just did.
Okay.
Excellent. It worked out.
Well, there you go. That was the easiest setup in the world.
There you go. Yep. Today, as you know, Carlos, is my wife's birthday, so we celebrated.
I do know. Yes,
as you do know. Yes.
Yeah.
Went out and celebrated, and she had a happy birthday. So now we are recording the show, and thank you very much for those wonderful birthday wishes, my friend.
I didn't get anything. Sorry, though.
That's okay.
No presents this year.
I covered you. It's fine. I knew you'd forget.
Okay,
So I
cool,
took care of
cool,
it. It's all good.
cool.
Yeah. All right, folks, we are back. It is a show. We're doing it right here, right now. Lots of stuff to talk about. I say let's just kick it off and get rolling because I have a feeling we're going to need every possible minute. Carlos, are you ready, sir?
I am as ready as I can be.
Excellent. I am also ready as I can be. That means we are at max readiness, and that means launch. Folks, Carlos and I share a virtual living space divided down the middle of the strip of duct tape. His side, my side. Things are a mess, and we're going to tidy up right here and right now. It's housekeeping. Carlos, what is on your side of the room this week, my friend?
Well, one huge thing that kind of takes up the whole room, and not to be a Debbie Downer at the start, but there was layoffs at Amazon, and I was part of them.
I'm sorry, man. That just blows.
It's
Layoffs
okay.
It's all over the industry right now. It's terrible.
It's crazy. We can bring that in a tangent some other episode, but I bring it up only because I'm definitely, looking for other things and working on my content. But I went to my LinkedIn, which I haven't been to in forever.
God, LinkedIn. Everybody's got it. No one goes there. It's so weird.
I know. And so I went there, and guess what? It actually helped me find one thing, is I actually wrote down in there on my resume when I started doing So Video Games podcast.
Oh, for real? When was it?
Yeah. And so it's October 19th, 4 years ago. I wrote down 4 years.
2019?
2019, yeah.
Nice. 4 years, dude. Wow.
So it has been 4 years. I think I keep saying it's only been a couple years I've been on the show, but there you go. That's it. October 19th, 2019, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And for people that don't know, Carlos is not the original co-host. He is the guy who swooped in like Superman and saved the show when original co-host Corey Motley left for personal reasons. And Corey and I were doing the show for, I want to say, at least 2 or 3 years before that. So this is that puts us at pretty close to 7-8 years for the show total, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, we're doing podcasts here, bro.
It's a podcast.
It's a lot of games. A lot of games to talk about.
Anywho, that's kind of interesting. And other than that, I turned on my Xbox finally. I know it's a kind of a joke at this point with me playing PlayStation all the time.
I guess the question is, you turned it on, but did you play anything?
Well, this is what I'm bringing to housekeeping. I turned it on and had to update everything.
Sure.
Because online systems.
Of course.
And then also I had to update my controller, and that took a long time.
Which is weird. Updating controllers is so strange. Yeah.
I was like, it's fine. It's a controller. And then when I finally did, I basically noticed all the same games on the store that were on PlayStation Store, and not, any exclusives that I was interested in, which is what I was hoping for. Maybe Xbox has this thing that I can't play on PlayStation,
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there definitely are some that exist, but, we play every game. So I went to the homepage of the main games, new games, and they were identical. Both systems are identical at this point.
Yeah. Mostly.
So the couple that I found that were only on Xbox, at least what I saw, Hamster on Rails.
Okay. Which is pretty solid.
Bakery Simulator.
Sure.
Barista Simulator.
Lots of simulators.
Animal Hospital.
Okay.
Hidden Cats in London.
Did you buy that one? Because I know you like cats.
I do like cats, but it was find a thing in a picture game.
Sure. Yeah.
So, this is what we're looking at, okay? I turned the Xbox off. If you got some exclusives that make me want to turn it on, and, to play devil's advocate to myself, yeah, of course I can play some of the games I'm playing on PlayStation there. I do like my controller on PlayStation better. At current, I have a better headset with PlayStation, but even if I upgraded and felt fine with my headphones on Xbox, it's just I kind of want to go there for a different thing,
Totally understandable, dude. Totally understandable. Yeah, at this point, I think not Switch, but, I think Xbox and PlayStation are pretty similar. Like, kind of like you said, if I'm on Xbox most of the time, the only time I'm going to PlayStation is for like the exclusives, like the God of War, which I don't care about, or Spider-Man or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, they're pretty identical, and I think that's okay. I mean, I think I don't. You're probably not in Game Pass anymore, or are you? Are you still not?
I don't
Probably
think I'm
not.
on it. No, not for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the big thing for me right now is like Game Pass is just getting like new games and a lot of like day of games and stuff like that, like Thirsty Suitors and Lamplighters League. Although there was an end to that. That's a sad story that ended poorly. But like a lot of games, I'm like, okay, Game Pass, and that's really like what I kind of go there for. But yeah, whichever ecosystem you're plugged into, there's going to be few reasons to cross the fence, right? Just if whatever's exclusive on the other side, and it's not going to be many.
Yeah, I just feel like, and again, I don't mean to be a Sony pony, but there is just right now, currently, more reasons for me to play exclusive things on PlayStation. There's more exclusive. That's it.
Well, that's the beauty of this podcast because we respect everybody's choices and their space. And if you like to be over there on the Sony side, that's all well and good, my friend.
Everybody's great. How about that?
Everybody's
is
great.
awesome.
Everything is awesome.
But I did turn off my Xbox. Moving on. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
A release date supposedly was leaked for March 2024.
Oh, that's interesting. That'd be a good time for it.
It would be a good time for it. And there's a showcase on November 28th, which is very soon from now.
PlayStation showcase or Capcom?
No, for
showcase?
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, just that game alone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a 15-minute showcase, and I just thought I'd tell our listeners because some of us, people listening like Dragon's Dogma as much as we do.
Yeah.
So excited for that. So I feel like on November 28th, they're going to say the date. So
that would be great. Looking forward to that. I'll play that whenever that drops because the first one is kind of like this uncelebrated experimental classic that more people need to play. And if they're hitting up a number 2, I'm going to definitely be there. Day one purchase.
Well, I'm a pre-order person, so I'm a pre-order.
Oh, man, you're beating my day one purchase. That's even better.
Oh, yeah. And lastly, on my side, two things lastly. First, I beat Achilles, Legends Untold.
Yeah, how was it?
Very good. I mean, it takes a lot for me to mainline a game, and I was like all the time. It opened up a second map at some point, so I thought the game was like pretty small and like a really quick experience, but no, they opened up a whole other map. So you asked me how long it was. I didn't look at my save. I feel like it was maybe 8 hours.
Okay, so like action game territory, 8, 10, 12 hours, something like that?
Yeah, maybe it was 10. I mean, I did go nuts at some point, and just try to streamline or whatever.
Yeah.
Get right to the ending. So I could have dilly-dallied a bit, but yeah, I think it's about 10 maybe. But man, it's just a perfect experience. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you must have because like you brought it to the show. You're like, hey, surprise, I'm playing Achilles. And I'm like, oh, snap. And the very next time I hear from you, you're like, oh, surprise, I beat Achilles. And I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
you just like freight trained your way through that thing.
And I just liked my character, and I liked the action. I like the combat with the dodge roll stuff. I don't know. I'm just 100% recommending it to people.
Well, we hadn't talked about this. I mean, this is the first time hearing about it. We didn't like go through our whole agendas before the show. Would you feel comfortable giving it like a review score now that you finished it, or what do you think? Don't have to. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, we could put some positive numbers up on the board. Yeah, what is that? Okay, I'm doing it fly on the fly.
Yes, stream of consciousness. Here we go.
Man, I liked everything about it. It was indie, so I don't know if that should matter. Jeez Louise.
But you finished it, and you finished not many games, so that must be in the good column, right?
I think it's a solid freaking... Fuck, I love this game.
That's not a score.
I know.
That is a pretty good referral, but not a score.
Because there's a lot of bugs. Too. I mean, there's some bugs, and it's obviously...
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was buggy.
It's not... No, it's not buggy. Don't take that off the record. It's
okay,
not buggy
take it
at
out.
all.
Stricken from the record.
It's pretty solid, actually. But it's just like... things like the menus and stuff. Sometimes you have to go to menus to use objects, and it doesn't make any sense. It's just like clunky. At times, the UI can be clunky.
I mean, are we talking like 7.5?
No,
real solid B tier? No, more. Okay.
This is like I think a 9.
Oh, 9.
I'm gonna talk
really?
myself down and say. I'm gonna talk myself down and say 8.5.
I mean, 8.5 is incredibly respectable.
It really is. It's a very, very good. It's like underrated, fun as shit. There's even physics after you kill like people and they go flying. And a game like this, I think Diablo I gave a 9 maybe. it feels like, yeah. And by the way, it's different than Diablo because it's like slower battles.
Yeah, you
like,
said it was a different kind of combat. Like it wasn't a Diablo-like, even though there's a little bit of same sauce, but like slower, more thoughtful, a little bit more strategic, if I remember correctly.
strategic,
from last week.
but also not like Souls-like where you're like you could die. You die on every person,
Right.
So it's so in between that I really like it.
So not a Musou, but also not a Soul. So kind of somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's pretty respectable.
I'm gonna say 8.5. I just had so much fun with it. There's
let's
no
do
way
it.
that it can't.
8.5. Plus you finished it, which in itself is already like a huge recommendation because we play 600 games each a year, and out of that number, we finished like a handful, right? So if you finished it, that's got to say quality, right?
Yep, and it does one of those things where you can keep playing, which I thought was cool,
which is
because
nice.
I was like, I really like this world, so I might fuck around later.
Okay, 8.5 sounds like a great number to me. Let's do it.
Surprise
Achilles.
score.
What is the whole title? Achilles what?
Legends Untold.
8.5. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here. And then I was going to tell you this, which I thought you'd laugh. Ratalaika almost got me again.
Oh, those fuckers. They're always gunning for us, dude. Always.
They almost got me. Do you know how they got me?
No, what was it?
Well, they almost did. Unless it'd be funny if I say the game and then that's a game that you reviewed on this episode.
Maybe. What is it?
Runny K.
What?
Runny K.
How do you spell that?
Just Runny and then K.
No, I don't know. I don't know what this one is. What is it?
Let's look it up and make sure I'm getting it right. Runny K on Steam, or Runnick, probably Runnick. It's Nordic. It's like a Viking and 2D action RPG. A Viking goes on a journey for the 4 magical runes to find a way to save his beloved. So it's like side-scrolling, 8-bit, 16-bit.
Yeah. Which is their jam. That's their comfort zone.
Yeah, action-y game. I didn't know it was Ratalaika in the beginning. And again, developer's different, but still.
Yeah. The publisher is who we're looking at here.
Yeah, and wait, why does it say publisher is different on Steam?
Oh, that happens sometimes. Yeah, it's very true.
So wait, are they? Maybe I can trust it because I saw Ratalaika pop up on PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean that's probably possible. I see often where if you go to look at it's usually with indie games, right? Like you go to look it up on PlayStation or something, and it's different. The publisher is different than it is on Steam. That's pretty common.
Interesting. Yeah. So on PS4 and PS5 it says Ratalaika.
Yeah.
So I don't know if and it's got a 5-star rating on the custom reviews.
Sure. That's like the Ratalaika PR person leaving a review right there.
Nice. Well, anyways, I looked really cool, but I saw that and I bounced. I just said, no, I'm not going to do it.
We've been bitten too many times. And for people that don't know, this is kind of a running gag on the show where Ratalaika makes the most fire trailers in the industry. Every trailer is like amazing and it makes us want to get hyped up and go buy the game. And every time we buy the game, it's always like either like usually way crazy hard or just really difficult or just lacking polish in some way, and we end up wasting our money. It's happened so many times in the show that I can't let it happen anymore.
Well, I didn't, so I decided.
Good for you.
Good for you. Got me.
All right, excellent.
And then I have to score a game, but we should go to your side first before I do that.
Yeah, that's fine. We can save the score for the end. So I got actually a bunch of stuff today. I know we usually talk about non-game stuff at the end, but I want to just say really quickly. Today we had a big scare at my house. I was sitting playing some game and I heard my chicken squawk, and that's not a big deal. I mean, our chickens are pretty quiet. It's not like it doesn't sound like a barnyard in our backyard. Just every once in a while you hear a cluck or something. Usually when they're laying an egg. That's pretty the noisiest part of the day. But I heard a weird cluck and I'm like, wait, that sounds weird. And I was listening for a second. And then I heard another like really, really, really weird cluck. I'm like, oh shit, something's going on. I ran out there and there was a giant fucking hawk in our backyard trying to eat our chickens. Like he flew down. He was on the ground. He was hopping around chasing our chickens. I was like, oh my God. I like kick open the door. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And he like looks at me and he's like, is that guy coming out here? Oh, he's coming out here. I was running out there and he like took off. But man, all my chickens were completely like shit and bricks. They were scared. They were running all over the yard. Some were like dashing under logs, under trees, back in the coop. They were just like completely frightened. And the hawk didn't get any of them, luckily. But man, it was just like scary times when I went out there. The big raptors in my yard looking right at me. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to make a quick tangent or attached story is Please Don't Destroy just released a movie called Treasure of Foggy Mountain, which is like, straight to Peacock, kind of a short film.
Oh, thing. I think I saw a trailer for that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. But the point is there's a hawk and it's like super mean.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I would never kill the hawk. I would never hurt the hawk. I would just wanted to scare him away. But those birds sometimes can be bigger than you think they are. Like you see them on a YouTube video or something, you're like, oh yeah, hawk, that's cool. But like when it's in your fucking yard and shit, and it's like right there looking at you, that's a whole different thing. That's a little on the scary side for sure. So.
Jeez.
Anyway, okay. Talking about games related stuff. There's a game called Side Bullet that came out, I want to say 3 weeks ago. It was kind of a 2D scrolling shooter. They had a really great trailer, and the trailer is what caught my attention. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to bookmark that. I'm going to come back to it, and I'm going to check it out when I have some time. And then I just got the notification that it's actually shutting down and being removed from the store because it was supposed to be a games as a service title, which I didn't realize. It did not even make it a month. They're already canceling it and yanking it from the store. So I don't know if it was any good, probably not, but it just goes to show there's very little room for error in the game as a service market. And honestly, I don't know why anybody would want to be in there, because if you're not like Fortnite, or if you're not like, one of those big mobile games or something, I just don't think there's a space for you right now, honestly.
Well, just to play devil's advocate one more time, if your niche is niche down enough, there is still, I think.
But for game as service though, like, I don't know, dude. Like I could see, like you're talking about Honkai Star Rail being a game of service, and that's like a bigger game, good support. I could see that lasting. Fortnite's been around for years, but like some random game, like I don't know, dude. I don't think it's gonna work.
Well, Hunt Showdown, even though it's like the multiplayer kind of games of service thing, you to keep downloading packs and skins.
Yeah, that's true.
And then there's obviously the one that's coming out now, which we all joked about, which is that zombie MMO. I forget what it's called.
I forget what it's called.
Day before, maybe.
Day after, day
before.
Day of.
Yeah, and that's like such a specific thing. People are like really want that kind of vibe,
Sure. So
I
it's possible, I guess.
It's possible, yeah.
Anyway, so I guess hello and goodbye to Side Bullet. It was sweet while I was not thinking about you. So,
all right.
We got a very lovely email from a man named Bill Fiskin in the UK. First time he wrote into us and said he loves the show. He said some very kind things. I'm pretty sure I forwarded the email to you, Carlos.
I read the whole thing.
Yep. He left us a review to counteract all the review bombs that we got, which was great. So just wanted to take a minute and just say welcome aboard to Bill Fiskin. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for the words, and thank you very much for the review, sir.
Yeah, it was super cool, and definitely fills our heart because we do this, like you said in the email. Like we do it because we just want to do it. We just want to talk about games. We want to share our opinions, stuff. And he, totally appreciated that. Just kind of could sense it, could sense the realness of us because we're real. We're two real people.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just having, years of experience of just kind of farting around with this stuff is kind of cool. So thanks.
You gotta stop saying that phrase, dude. I hate it.
Oh, that's right. You do hate it.
It is like nails on chalkboard to me.
Well, I will never. Okay, I said I would never say it again.
But you did.
I'll try not to.
All right, getting back to listener mail.
Yep.
Another message from Ron, one of our newer fans and also a super fan. So he was asking what we should call the listeners of the show. I guess, like people that watch Star Trek, they're called Trekkies or sometimes Trekkers or whatever. I'm not sure what the official. I'm not sure what the politically correct title for that is. Or if you're a Lady Gaga fan, you're like a little monster, right? That's what she calls her listeners and stuff. So he was trying to come up with a name for our listeners. And he was like running it through Chat GPT to get some auto-populated responses.
Nice.
None of them were any good. And he thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny too. He came up with something like Sovid Crew, because kind of like keeping with the phonetic sound of it, right? Sovid Squad, So Viewers, except you don't really watch anything, you listen to anything. He's like trying to come up with a V word. GPT suggested So Voters, So Veterans, and So Velvetians, which I'm kind of okay with So Velvetians. Yeah. What do you think about that? Because, I don't know, Velveeta. Or is it something to do? I wonder if there's a town named that. I don't know.
It's something else, I think. Yeah. So-Sos. That's kind of funny. So-Sos.
Maybe.
I hate everything that I'm going to come up with probably because it's hard because it's so and then ... Like it's tricky.
So maybe we ought to just get away from that because trying to follow the S and the V convention is kind of tough. And, like Lady Gaga, like Little Monsters, I mean, there's not really, it doesn't sound like Lady Gaga really to me. It's just
yeah.
Well,
how about we
different
just
thing, right?
say you're an old person?
No, because not everybody's an old
No,
person.
I know. I'm just kidding.
All right, we're gonna still. I think we need to workshop it still.
Well, thanks for the idea, and yeah, we'll kind of think about it.
We'll think about it.
It's going to take a minute.
It's worth thinking about, but I don't think we've struck gold yet. But I appreciate that Ron is trying to come up with this. So okay, He goes on though. He goes on. He says, in my quest to suggest a game that's both good and one you haven't covered yet, I remembered one I played quite a number of years ago, a Flash game called No One Has to Die. It's not a long play, maybe an hour, won't spoil it. And then he leaves a link to it on Newgrounds or something. Have you played No One Has to Die? I feel like I've heard of it. Have you played it though, Carlos? There's a chance you might have.
I'm going to type it into the
All
Googles.
Right. We got to Google it in right now.
Or the Microsofts. It doesn't always have to be Google.
That's right. You could Bing it.
I binged it. Okay, it's a Flash game. I'm going to hit play game just to see what it looks like. He's
playing it right now in real time, Ron.
I play it real time, and I'm picking the first stage, and now there's music, and I can't hear you anymore. And I've not played it.
Okay. So Carlos has played it. What'd you think?
No, I have not played it.
Oh, I thought that was your play right there.
No, now that I've played it, I see what you're saying.
Okay, got you.
No, I don't know what this game is.
Okay, I don't know what it is either, so let's put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. I'll check it out. I don't mind jumping onto a browser game for a listener, so we will do that for next episode. I'm gonna make a note in the show.
Speaking of browser games, how quickly did frickin' Silent Hill Ascension drop off the map?
Oh, we never talked about it. You talked about it that first day. We talked about it, folks, offline, like via text. But Silent Hill Ascension was the thing that we were supposed to like watch it every day on YouTube, and then people were going to vote as to the outcomes or something like that, right?
It's still going. I'm looking at it right now, and I did try it a couple days in a row, and parts of it were interesting. But the monetization is weird as fuck. It's like, outfit your character, and your character might be able to be in the show someday if you get a winning ticket or something. But the actual, like, not game, but, the movie type thing with game graphics was just so, like, unbelievable. Like, it was hard to believe the characters. And even though Silent Hill does that lots of times, I don't know, I just felt not connected. And then all the different little mini games, I didn't really find that interesting. The guitar one I kind of liked. But
how are you doing a mini game? Did you have like a phone, a phone app or something, or like?
No, it's all just. Doing everything at desktop. So you just like
via the YouTube interface.
No, via just the browser, Ascension.com.
Oh, I thought it was just on YouTube. Okay, gotcha.
No. So like I'm looking right now. I go to the Arcane library and it's got like Codebreaker game, Stones game, and I did the guitar game and I liked that. But yeah, it's just so confusing, and like to get caught up, like I haven't watched it, in a week probably. So now you have to go watch 5 episodes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways.
That seemed like a big ask from the get-go, so we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, sorry to make you a
No worries. Ron has another thing, too, and which we're going to talk about here. He says, so, do you think the growing area of esports and how the majority of the biggest games are multiplayer, such as Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch, etc., is pushing the focus of gaming away from single-player experiences and more towards multiplayer? As of this writing, Modern Warfare 3 is halfway released, and I've read people online criticizing the studio for seemingly skimping on the campaign to deliver a bigger multiplayer experience. Second part, similarly, when I think about games I've played recently, the majority are either games that are basically multiplayer only or that strongly push and monetize themselves on the expectation of playing with others like Hearthstone, Call of Duty, and sports games. Do you think this is affecting the gaming landscape, and what games will be created in the future, and if so, do you have thoughts? Carlos, what say you?
Yeah, it's affected it forever since since there's been multiplayer.
Yeah, agreed.
But I don't think single player is going to just like, well, I won't do that metaphor, but I think single player will be around for a long time. I don't know if it would ever go away because everyone's going to want a story. Like everyone wants a good story. Humans want good stories, and they don't necessarily want to like be sharing that story with other people. And again, we've seen it. We've seen the past where multiplayer, like Halo being the biggest thing in the world, but then there's like, a huge one-player game, or Zelda comes out, and people are like, well, okay, fuck Halo for a minute. I got to play Zelda.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, the short answer is no. It won't affect it, like, make them go away, but it does affect it. It's based on games. Like, if we have a huge title, like I said, Halo, if we have a huge moment with Destiny, huge kind of multiplayer things and experiences, Genshin even, will shut down some of the, one-player games that come out in that same window. Or even in the same year, maybe, but it won't make them go away. That's
I agree.
Cents.
I think they do affect. I mean, this has been a thing for a while, and like it's funny because we have this kind of like all or nothing mentality. I mean, maybe just even as humans, but like in every industry, right? But it's like, hey, I just invented horror movie, so I guess we're never going to watch another adventure movie ever. Okay, that's not true.
Right. Again,
Or like,
genres.
yeah, genres. Like we have genres, so like there's got to be flavors. Like, oh, I just watched Cheers, so I guess I never need to watch a documentary on lions ever again or something like that. So I just said Cheers because that's a really old reference because I'm watching it right now, but that's from like 20 or 30 years ago probably. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Like just because one thing exists doesn't cancel out everything else, except like the games industry kind of acts like that. Like everybody was jumping on the Fortnite wagon and everybody's jumping on the first person shooter wagon. It kind of just goes in cycles. But the way that I think it does affect things is exactly like you said, Ron, where, so maybe there's a Modern Warfare 3 and those developers are like, well, our game is going to be monetized, is going to be multiplayer. So we can afford to spend like 75% less time and resources on the story because that's just like for whatever, for those nerds that like to play by themselves. And we're going to get people into the, the online ASAP. So in that sense, that game is affected because it didn't have the campaign it would have had if they were really doing like a half online, half single player or whatever. But I think in general, there's only... You don't just eat one thing all the time. Pizza's invented, so we don't need Chinese food anymore. That's just not a thing. Like, you may want to play Modern Warfare for a week. You're not going to want to play it for the rest of your life. You're going to want to go play Life is Strange or some indie on the Switch or something. And so we need to have all these things in balance because one thing taking over just kills everything.
Well, and to the Call of Duty point, there's a really negative connotation, a really negative feeling towards that game and that brand right now.
Yeah,
because a ton of people wanted to play that campaign. And, the idea was to go through the campaign and then still have fun with multiplayer. But that bet they made the wrong bet.
Yeah.
Because it definitely, stained their kind of reputation and brand for a minute. And the sales were down and a bunch of stuff was just, really affected. And, again, I go to the YouTube, homepage all the time. And every single video was let's say 9 videos out of 10 were like, okay, what went wrong with Call of Duty? And then to the same point, Grand Theft Auto 6, which we haven't talked about yet, but the trailer probably, I'm thinking, will drop at the Game Awards. That game is going to have the online, right? Because GTA 5
huge moneymaker,
is the biggest moneymaker. But they're still going to spend, or they already spent, a fuck ton of time on the one player.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to sacrifice.
Exactly. And getting to the other part of his question as well, I forgot to say this, but, people only have so much time and only so much money, right? So like, even if there is a big monetized game or something like that, there's not room for a bunch. I mean, literally I just talked about, what was it? Side Bullet a minute ago. That was another one trying to get a piece of buy. It flamed out in like less than a month, but like, people don't have the time and resources to be like, oh yes, I'm going to play only these online games that I have to monetize all the time. They might play like 1 or 2 or something. Like I've got room in my life for Marvel Puzzle Quest. I've played that for like 8 years. Mm-hmm. But it's like, 50 minutes here, $5 there. It's not like this giant thing. But, you can only like really like sink into one of those big, like one big game, maybe 2 big games. And then you're not playing anything else, right? So I think that there is going to be those games out there, but they're not going to like eat everything else's lunch. I mean, people want to get away from that for a while, or they get tired of the grind, or they get tired of paying. They want to break. They want to play something else. So I think we just need a wide buffet of everything, and thinking, as the industry often does, that one thing is going to take over everything is broken thinking. That's just never going to be true.
Right. But, and to kind of like to finalize something we brought up earlier, the real issue is companies doing that focus, like you said, on multiplayer, and then downsizing companies, right, or like just misplace with the resources.
Exactly.
So that's a problem that can come from it directly. But.
Agree, for sure. Okay,
right.
Well, thank you very much, Ron. Hope we answered your question. We're going to keep looking for a good listener name, and I think we're going to give that No One Has to Die. We'll give that a shot for next week, maybe. Couple more things before we go. So this is kind of a larger one. And Carlos, you and I meant to talk to you about this before the show. We didn't have time, but we're going to talk about it just real briefly right now. So I think as I was going over my budget this year, I recently did my taxes. I know it was really late, but I'm self-employed and I always do my taxes late just because that's how I roll. I file extension. It's legit. I'm not breaking any laws or anything. Right. For anybody, any auditors who might be listening, there might be somebody from the IRS is like ears perked up. No. Relax, man. Or woman, whatever.
Relax, people.
It's all legit. But as I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the rising cost of hosting and stuff, and I've really resisted asking for any kind of money or anything like that at all, because I just feel like money always complicates things, and there's taxes involved in that no matter what you do, and I just a like you said earlier, we do this for the love of the podcast, love of games, love of comedy, et cetera, et cetera. But, I think it might be an okay thing that we're probably going to be launching a Patreon pretty soon. Now, Carlos, you and I can talk about the details, but my gut feeling is we're not going to put anything behind a paywall. Like, anybody can listen to the show. I don't want to shut anybody out. But if you want to donate, we've had people over the years actually ask, hey, how come you guys don't have a Patreon? I'd like to donate. And I just say, cool, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, but we don't want any money. But, costs are going up. I've got a budget. I've got a family to feed and stuff. And, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a couple bucks from listeners. But my approach is only if you want to. We're not going to shut anybody out. We're not going to lock anybody out. If you don't want to contribute, totally fine. Love you just as much as we love the other fans. It's not a problem. But if you do love the show and if you got an extra buck or two, and if you want to kick it in, I'm not going to stop you, I guess, at this point. So we'll have more details later, I think. But we're probably going to launch that soon, and we'll have, the address and what you want to do. So if you're a listener who wants to contribute, you've been listening for a while, or you feel like you want to kick in $1, $2, $5, whatever, that opportunity will be here soon. And again, there will be nothing behind a paywall. There's no secret content, nothing like that. The only thing I think that we may do is the hot thing to do with Patreon seems to be start a Discord.
Oh, yeah.
So we may launch a So Video Games Discord where, no content. It's just like chatting, talking to folks. If you want to talk to me and Carlos directly or something like that, maybe we'll offer that for people who are subscribing. But as far as the show goes, no change in the show at all, I think. Carlos, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that you have to pay for every episode from here on out. And it's like $10 an episode. And we started this episode. So you already owe us $10.
They already owe us $10. Oh man, That's rough.
Sorry,
that is rough.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah, everything should stay the same, which it will. And by the way, it's funny because Patreon's actually changing a lot of what they do now for the better. So it's actually a good time for us to mess around with that because they're making it easier, cooler, different, and more variety. So I just watched a video on it. So yeah, I think that's cool to just have an extra area for people who want to support. And if you don't have to, if you don't have to. Or you don't have to if you don't want to.
Exactly. We'll have more details probably next week. Carlos and I got to hash some stuff over. I got to set some stuff up or whatever. But again, nothing will be locked. Nothing will be hidden away. It'll just be like, if you want to kick in some bucks, go for it. If you don't, you don't. Totally fine. And the show will keep rolling on as it has. So don't be scared. Don't be worried. Nothing's really going to change. But if you do want to donate, as some people have said, here's your shot. So
there you go.
More on that next week. Okay, final thing for the housekeeping, as far as I know, let's circle back to Star Ocean, Carlos. You were playing that. Is it Star Ocean Second Story R?
That's right.
Okay. Yay me, I remembered. So you were playing that a while ago. You're really into it, and I wanted to circle back and see what your final score on that game was. I know you were a big fan of that. You're excited. So where'd you end up landing on that one, sir?
Man, it's really, really good. It's probably like one of the best. I don't know if they want to call it remaster or remake, whatever they want to call it. It's a redoing and retelling almost in a way of this classic 16-bit RPG, which is incredible. Like I already liked it in the past, but I didn't ever finish it actually back in the day. So this is my perfect time to finish it. So I think this is the perfect. You've said this before on the show, but like this is the perfect time to jump into a game or whatever.
Yeah, after 9 years after release is the perfect time.
Right. Well, I don't know. I just think because I tried to explain last time I talked about it, they not only just up-res the graphics and stuff, but it's like the world that they build around it. It's not just all 16-bit. That's some of it's kind of polygon, and some of it's like, high res and pictures and stuff. And so they just make it feel really good, and the playability is really good too. The combat is very similar to how it was originally, but it just, I don't know, somehow feels better. So I really like it. I like all the systems. I like the story. There's only one downside, which is that there is some, and this is just in the game itself, there's some difficulty spikes where, like, I've just got knocked down to 0. And that never happens in an RPG for me usually.
Like, are we talking like party wipe?
No, at least character. Okay,
gotcha. Like just completely actually
like
killed.
Gone down. And I have to like revitalize. And I'm like, what? These guys don't seem that strong. That's a game balance old school issue, not the remake version, So that's just in there. So that kind of like bothered me a little because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, they didn't adjust everything. But even with that, it's one of the best like old school 16-bit RPGs and the best like visual retelling of it. I think that's actually good. Yeah, box quote there. It's probably one of the best visual retellings of an old school 16-bit RPG. There's your box quote.
There you go. Box quote. Bullet point.
8.5.
Oh, okay. 8.5.
Now I just realized I got two 8.5s in one episode because it's it could have been a 9, but it's like the old schoolness of the actual game started bothering me. I'm like, oh, some of these quality of life stuff are there, but some of the difficulty spikes are still there.
Right. Well, and that's kind of a hard sell anyway for me personally. And again, we are not game critics. Game critics is not So Video Games, so we have a different rating scale. But in my mind, just personally, like a 9 to me is like, something like really like innovative or fresh or like brilliant fucking idea. Like, I don't think any real like remake or remaster can ever be like a 9 for me. Like, I feel like, because it's already been something that is a known quantity and they're just kind of putting a new coat of paint on it. And it might be really well done, whatever, but it's not the same as, oh my God, somebody just invented a new genre or something. Or like, I cried when I play this. That's like a 9 to me. This is just, it's just like a really well done kind of a thing. So for me anyway, I mean, 8.5 is like top marks. So that sounds like something that's really quality.
Yeah. In your mind, then it could be an 8. He seems like,
I mean, it could be, but whatever you want to give it is fine.
Right. Yeah. I think it's 8 because again, I think, I just didn't want to, and still don't want to stop playing it. Like I just had to like readjust my expectations with the difficulty.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's great. So.
Okay. Looks like you landed on 8.5.
That's it.
All right, that is it. We have 2 reviews. We had a bunch of housekeeping.
We're done with the episode. That's it.
We're down. Almost done with the episode.
$10, and we'll see you next week.
Excuse me.
We'll see you next week.
Keep your money. We're not leaving yet. We've got the entire show to do right now.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to get right to it. Starting with you, Carlos. We're going to keep it going with that Rodella energy here.
Sorry, I said oh geez because behind the curtain, it's like evening time for us, and we're recording late tonight.
I'm already thinking about dinner, but we're going to get this show in the can first.
We'll get it in the can.
In my head, I'm like, okay, what am I going to cook when I get upstairs?
Oh, anyway, I'm hungry. Yeah.
I'm hungry too. Teardown. This is one that I've been pretty excited for. I haven't cracked into it yet, but you have played. This is the voxel-based game with physics where you are like stealing art or something. You're like a crook, but you're using construction tools and cars and trucks and cranes to break stuff and steal stuff. Is that this game?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us all about it.
Well, as you were saying that, I was just realizing like over the many years, I'm doing a lot of like retro thinking about the episodes and
reminiscing,
shows.
Perhaps.
Reminiscing. Yeah. You often like, again, set up the game for me and then, but in a question form. So you're like, so this game is this, and this, is that right? And I go, yeah. I'm not sure what the answer is supposed to be.
It's either yes or no, I guess.
I guess what we should ask is how many times has it been no?
It's been a couple.
You're
There's
way
been a
off,
couple.
Brad.
There's been a few when I've really nerfed it or
really
biffed it. Yeah, there's been a couple.
You're like, is this the game? And I go, no, that is not the game.
I can think of like maybe twice when that's happened.
Okay.
I try to be up on it. But okay, so Teardown.
Yep, is that game. It's basically like first person. It actually is, the campaign is focused on crimes. Like you're going and doing like stealing things and getting things. And,
is it mostly art
leaving.
or are you also like robbing banks and stuff?
Oh, it's kind of anything.
Anything, okay.
In the very beginning, it's not even just art. It's like you're just getting stuff from a warehouse, like, so it's just like going in as quick as you can and inventive ways because everything is destructible. That's the big key. Everything's voxel and destructible, and you're first person. And you go into this area, this warehouse or in the beginning and different places, and you just try to get the thing and get out. And the speed is part of it, because it's sometimes you're relying on that with alarms or whatever things, that kind of nature. But it's really just more about the inventiveness of it and just having fun. Like you can drive a truck into a building and it'll smash the wall, I remember seeing this a long time ago, years ago actually, and it's been on Steam for a little bit. So before people ask, yeah, it's been on Steam since last year. But this is the console release. It's beautiful, like it's like that voxel, but it's got the depth of field thing going on.
Yeah, so like kind of a nicer Minecraft sort of a thing.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely like Minecraft got a high res update, and the other thing part of this game. So that's the main part. The campaign is you're kind of in you are kind of in a warehouse and you have a bed and, alarm clock and stuff and a computer, and you check the computer to get jobs, right? And there's story that happens throughout that, your computer, basically. You're learning, information that way. And then you go do things, and then, you succeed or not. And you have different weapons or items and stuff like that. And that's the game. And it's really fun, super fun. But the other thing, and it comes with this on the console now, is there's mods. And
I heard about this. Yeah, there's like a mod pack you can get or it comes with. Yeah.
And on the Steam, obviously, it's probably been around for a long time. But the fact that they brought some of them, or at least a bunch of them, to console is great. And I played like a racing one. So it's just like driving around racing. But anytime you smash into the cars, it's like Destruction Derby. Like the cars obviously have destructibility. Fun fact for the racing one, I just got out of my car at some point and I had my hammer and I just started hitting cars as they drove by because I do weird things in games. And yeah, I like smash cars just by standing there on the track.
I mean, that sounds kind of fun. That sounds like vandalism at its peak vandalism, standing by a car track, whacking cars as they drive by. I mean, that's going to give people ideas.
It's also very dangerous, and I got hit many times.
So kids, do not try this at home.
Don't do that in real life. But yeah, it's just a fun game. It's a relaxing, fun game. It's not like over the top. I don't know. It is what it is. It's what we just said. And sometimes it's better than the sum of its parts, where like the campaign story mission is like really cool. I've had a couple where like, oh, that was really cool. Like I made it out of there by, it's like the GTA thing or like the, what's the thing we always talk about where you tell the story like a Skyrim,
like the emergent storytelling.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like, is it one of these games where like anything can happen? Like maybe there's a plan for the heist, but then you mess something up, or maybe the physics go sideways or something, and then you're kind of like making it up on the fly as you go along.
Yeah,
and
well, you're
weird
always
stuff
making
happens.
Yeah, you're always making it up. I feel like any sort of plan is probably like, stupid. Like a fool's errand, because
any plan is stupid. That could be a good title for.
Well, that's true too. Well, that's not true. But anyways, yeah, it's just like, now you're forced to get this little teeny like weird truck that goes super slow, and you have your like thing that you were supposed to steal like hooked up to it, and you're driving through like these trees that are falling down, and an explosion goes off. It's like those stories,
Gotcha.
So it's super fun. I just really like it. It's relaxing, and I highly recommend it to anybody.
Question. I thought there was some extra DLC that came with it. Not the mod DLC, but there was something else. Was there extra DLC as well?
Oh, I don't remember, and I didn't check it out, and I'm a bad reviewer if I didn't do it.
Well, if you're having fun, you should go back, because I'm pretty sure that there was a new DLC in addition to the mods that was like a first time it's out kind of a thing. I'm not sure if it's a new campaign.
Oh, I wonder if it's Time Campers.
Yeah, that's what Time Campers. Yeah, did you play that?
No, and now I really want to. Okay, sorry. We'll bring it to next episode.
Bring it to the next episode. Yeah, Time Campers was a brand new, like, I guess, storyline for the game. So
that's
looks like they're still working on it.
Maybe they buried it in the menu. I didn't see it like readily available. Maybe I'll go back and look.
I haven't played it yet, so I can't say. So
well, I went right into the campaign. I did a bunch of missions there and just had a fun hoot. I had a hoot. So I'll check out Time Campers.
All right. Well, Teardown sounds like a lot of fun. I definitely want to play that as soon as I get a minute. So I'm definitely going to check that out. So right on. That is Teardown. And you're on PlayStation, I assume?
That was PlayStation, yep.
All right, great. So, folks, spoilers. I've got 4 games to talk about tonight, and every single one of them is a really good game. How often does that happen?
Never happens.
Never.
Before you say your first game, can you tell me the name of it so that I can do the intro that you normally do to me?
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to be talking about Snakebird Complete.
Shit. Okay, I'll deal with the next one. Do the next one.
Oh, no, you got to do it now. You got to do it now. Go for it.
Okay, I will, but also I want to do one where I actually do know the game.
That's fine.
I'll do the next one too.
Okay.
Snakebird Complete. Wait, Brad, isn't that the game where you're a snake and it's like a puzzle game, but you also have to do like matching like different symbols and stuff?
Oh, you're very close with that one. You came respectably close.
Really?
Yeah, right. Very close. Snakebird Complete. I have never heard of it before, but apparently it's for mobile, and I guess it's pretty successful on mobile. I can totally see why. It is a 2D puzzle game where you are a snake bird. You're basically a snake, but for some reason you've got like a bird face with a beak, I guess to make it less scary for people who have like ophidiophobia, like you're scared of snakes. So you're just colorful and cute. It looks very tropical. It's not at all in any way like Angry Birds, but it's got that same kind of like, oh, look at these colorful birds kind of vibe to it kind of thing, Just the colors and the art style a little bit. very warm, very approachable, very safe and friendly. But the thing is, each level in this game, and there's oh my god, there's a lot of levels, dude. Like if you're looking for a game that gives you capital C content, this has crap loads of levels. I didn't even get close to finishing this game, and I played it for a while. So that's good value for money. But basically, each puzzle is like 2D platforms where you start off as the Snakebird, and you could be a certain number of segments. Your body's divided into segments. So like if you're a small Snakebird, you're like 3 segments long. And if you're a long one, then you're like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 segments long. And what you got to do is climb up the platforms, trailing your body behind you. And you want to get all the fruit in a level. Every time you eat a fruit, it adds a segment. So you get longer as you go. And then you want to leave via like a little warp, a little rainbow warp that's always in the level. And it doesn't activate until all of the fruits are eaten. Sounds very simple. And in some levels, it is pretty simple. But it also gets really complex and requires a lot of logic and kind of deduction, understanding of how the Snakebirds work. So you can, again, 2D, you can go up as long as there's one segment like on the ground, you can go up as far as you've got body for. So for example, you can have like a Snakebird that's like 12 segments long. As long as there's one segment on the ground that's kind of like a foot, you can have 11 segments up in the air.
Okay.
And if you're on a cliff or something, you could have one segment hanging on the edge of the cliff, and you can have 11 segments dangling down the cliff. Totally fine. Totally safe. You're not going to fall. But the problem with this is it's very easy to forget how many segments you've got, and then you go one too far, and then you've got nothing to anchor yourself, and then you fall. So you've got to like constantly be monitoring how long your body is, how you can bend yourself to maintain a quote-unquote foothold on something, to either push yourself up or hang from something safely without falling. That's really the trick of it. It's deceptively simple because you look at it, you're like, whatever, this is super easy. And then you start doing it and you fall and you fall and you fall and you're like, fuck, okay, this is actually not that easy. But it's in a good way. I think that once you understand the rules of Snakebird, which are very simple, you get it. And then it's just a matter of, okay, wait, I got to think a little more carefully. If I go left, then I can do this thing. If I go right, I can do this thing. You got to just kind of like work your way through the puzzles. Now, most of these puzzles, I've been pretty okay with this game. I'm not the greatest puzzler in the world, but I have been getting along with this one. I think it's really fun. Most of the puzzles, I'll be like, bam, 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 done in like 30 seconds. Maybe like a minute, or like 1 minute, right? But some of them will be like, oh, fuck, okay, this is like a 5-minute one. This is taking me some time, you know? But they're never that long. They're never that complicated until later on in the game. You do get the puzzles, and these are my weakness. The ones where you have multiple Snakebirds in one puzzle. So like you can switch between them with one of the bumpers or something. So then you got to be like, oh fuck, okay, well Snakebird A, he's got to be the base, and then Snakebird B, he's going to get on top of that guy, and he's got to make like an L shape, and then Snakebird C is going to come from the side, and he's going to launch up. You know, like you got to think like those ones are hard. Those are like genuinely hard. I try to stay away from those ones because they're very difficult for me. But in general, you're looking between 1 to 5 minutes per puzzle. And like once you get how it works, it's just about, you know, how the platforms are laid out and like just keeping in mind how long your body is. And it's just really colorful and fun. I had a great time with it. I think it's a really, really, really good game for the Switch. I think it's really enjoyable if you want a puzzle experience. And I think it's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it was successful probably on mobile, right? And
yeah, very successful on mobile, apparently.
Let's bring it over. All right, well, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good fit for Switch. It makes a lot of sense. It's really good fun. If you want puzzles, Snakebird Complete is a good way to go.
Sorry I didn't say much because I don't like puzzle games.
No, and you know, I generally don't either, but this is one that I felt like was almost my speed. I mean, I think my speed is probably, here's a square piece, put it inside a square hole, you win. Like that's about my speed. And this is just like one notch above that.
One notch above, which is great, which is
good. Which is good. So, all right, Snakebird Complete. That is definitely a thumbs up. Over to you, Carlos, for Maglam Lord. And I've seen this one in the store, but honestly, I don't know anything about it.
So this real quick history has been in my wish list for years. I don't know, like a long time.
Okay.
And it's one of those games that it's like a visual novel with action RPG moments, you know, when you go and go do things and advance the story, but also like get XP and like upgrade your weapons. I've always looked for those. I've played all of them, and we talked about them on the show. Most of them have been really bad. Remember that one that was like mainly visual novel, and then every once in a while you go into a field and just kill a bunch of monsters.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of. But the idea of the story is there's romancing options, and you're either a demon guy or demon girl, and you can pick in the beginning. And you're basically like this demon lord who did terrible things and fought humans and just a bad person.
Took away people's health care, raised taxes, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. And you come back from like this, I don't know, it's all told in visual novels, so it's like hard to fully get it. But you enter the world again, kind of reborn in some way, and it's changed. Like the world's kind of more modernized like it is now. And there isn't like gods and demons and, gods and devils fighting each other. And you're like out of place. So there's a comedy element there. And then you're also, because it's a visual novel, you can meet different people and you can definitely romance them. So that's an option. So why it was in my wish list for so long is because it's got the anime style, it's got visual novel with RPG. And I'm like, that's my jam. It's been like $60 or $58 forever.
Fuck, really?
Yeah,
oh my
forever,
God.
dude. Forever. I mean, years. And so I was like, I like this game, but I'm never going to pay that much money.
But I don't like it $60.
I don't. Turns out I do like it for about $25.
Okay, much more reasonable.
Which is what it was on sale for. So finally got it. And it's what I just said, basically visual novel first, and then go do action RPG stuff. It's not our favorite thing where it's like those super deformed characters,
Yeah, I'm looking at the art and I'm like, not my jam. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in general, but the combat is very fun. It switches to when you do a combat session, it goes into 2D, which feels like Odin Sphere,
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Straight up like that.
So like action, real-time action kind of a thing?
Real-time action, you're doing spells, you're healing yourself. And it's got that weird kind of anime story where you yourself turn into a sword and then you find people that wield you. I don't know. Yeah, but those people you meet... That
sounds like a fetish waiting to happen.
Maybe it is. A woman is wielding me at the moment.
Oh.
Well, not at this moment.
I was like,
Wait.
Is there more? What?
That is also the name of the episode.
A woman is wielding me?
Well, not maybe not woman. Maybe just, I don't know how you make that episode name.
Right.
Anywho,
anyway.
There is some woman, the character I met, and that she's, I'm controlling her now in the game. So it's classic anime visual novel with some romance options, but it's got the RPG, it's got the upgrading, it's got things where you can like attach different cosmetics to your weapons. Like my sword could be a hot dog. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of relaxing, and I like it for, again, $25 worth or so. And it's kind of meeting my expectations because I basically thought that that's what it was. But the most unique thing, or one of the most unique things is I downloaded it finally, and it goes, okay, 35 items queued up for download.
Oh, wow. What, it have a bunch of DLC or something?
Well, the DLC was all the different like item upgrades. It like gives you like a ton of them in the beginning.
Weird. Was it like monetized somehow or something? It seems weird they would have that as DLC or like add-ons or whatever.
I think maybe there still is monetization. I didn't look. But it's that kind of game where it's like, a million things you can do to your weapons. So it took forever to actually play the game because it was downloading all those items.
Weird. Okay.
And yeah, one of them was like a hot dog weapon or something. So it is what I just said it is. And if you like that, if that seems interesting to you, then check it out. But it's nothing more. And it's like, I wouldn't say it's less, but it's definitely a fun combat if you like that kind of Odin Sphere 2D scrolling.
I bet if you look at the screenshots of this, you're going to know pretty quickly whether you're on board or not, I think.
Yeah. I could never pay $60 for it. So I was like, there it is. That's my price. And now I'm playing it. It's fun.
I mean, that's pretty reasonable, dude. I can't count the number of times that I've seen a game that I was interested in, but not $60 interested in. I'm like $15 interested in, and that usually works out. So, yeah, I don't blame you a bit.
It's fun. It's relaxing fun. Check it out.
Check it out. All right. Let me talk about Gunhead. Carlos, you want to give this a stab?
Oh, shit. I don't know this one either. Gunhead. Brad, isn't this the game where you are a mech and it's kind of like a shooter, but it's also a roguelike?
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Really?
That's exactly what it is.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm serious, dude.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. We've found your hidden talent, buddy.
I'm going to do this every episode.
All right, we're going to do this every episode. There you go. It's a new feature.
Oh, my goodness. Is that really what it is?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you. Gunhead.
Holy shit.
Yes, so this is a really, really interesting thing. So a couple years ago, there was a game that came out called Cryptarch. And I fucking loved that game. Dan Weissenberger at Game Critics loved that game as well. I think he reviewed it, and I think I may have done a second opinion on it. It was basically a 2D roguelike where you pick a mech suit. There's a couple different mech suits. And you go inside these giant space hulks. Now, anybody who plays like Warhammer will know what I'm talking about. But a space hulk being like basically a giant ass like battleship in space, and they're usually like corrupted, or they've got, you know, monsters and stuff going on inside of them. They've all gone sour, and you usually have to go in and like, you know, kill monsters and survive them and stuff like that. So in Cryptarch, that's what it was. Like, you go into these giant ships that have all been corrupted by rogue AI or slime monsters or whatever, and each ship was like randomly generated, and you found randomly generated weapons along the way, and you eventually had to get to the end of the run, and then that was like finishing the game. I thought the game was great. I love the visual style, love the concept of going into these giant like these ships or whatever, and it was just really, really cool. It was hard as fuck though, like really, really high up on the difficulty scale. I think it was probably as hard as I like a game before I nope out of it, and it was pushing that edge.
And no settings.
I don't know if there was any settings.
You should have checked the settings.
I mean, I'm sure I did at the time. It's been a couple years. I don't remember.
Right.
But anyway, cool game. Loved it. Thought it was great. And then they're like, Brad, would you like to play Gunhead? And I'm like, okay, well, you've got my attention because that title is really strange. Tell me about Gunhead. And they're like, oh, you remember Cryptarch, right? And I'm like, yeah, I love Cryptarch. Okay, now it's first person. I'm like, oh, okay. Literally same game. Same game, but they went from 2D hand-drawn art to first-person polygon, like 3D space. And so I'm like, okay, interesting. They've completely flipped it, changed a lot of things, but still the same game. You're playing a I don't know, pirate, scavenger, or whatever. You have a bunch of mech suits, and then you see these giant space hulks floating in space, giant ships that are just filthy with like rogue AI and, you know, runaway droids and slime monsters and stuff. And then you got to go inside these and take them apart, get the thing, get out. And it's all roguelike again. So basically how this plays out is you'll pick which ship you want to go after. You fly out there. And then you have this map. And the map shows you all of the internal systems of the ship. There's like, every ship has a brain. That's the control center. Now your goal is to destroy the brain. But before you can do that, it'll have like a shield system. So you can't destroy the brain until you take the shield out first. And then maybe there will be like an alarm system attached to the shield. And then maybe there'll also be like a repair system somewhere in the ship. And so you got to like see what's in here and be like, okay, so what's the best plan of approach? Lots of doors. You can leave the ship and like fly outside the ship and come back in a different door. So you're not trapped. It's not linear in any way. So you just look at a map, you pick your plan of attack, and then you go for it. And then once you get inside the ship, you get attacked by all sorts of monsters that come flying at you in 3D space. You can fly as well. Some of your jetpacks are limited. Some are unlimited. Some of the suits you have jump, which is kind of limited in a not a good way. But you kind of just like figure it out. So every run is like basically, how am I going to approach this ship? What does it have? How can I get in and out most effectively? Get the thing, blow up the brain, and then bounce. And you kind of just do that. There are boss monsters that become trophies for you once you destroy those. And then as you go, you collect weapons along the way. Now here's where the roguelike part comes in. And I think the roguelike part is really well done in this game. So not only is every ship and all the systems and all that stuff randomly generated, but also the weapons you get. And the weapons and stuff are persistent. So when you start a run, you get in your suit, you've got a certain amount of life and whatever guns it comes with, like stock. You go into a ship, you'll find different guns. You can see them on the map. You can get them if you want. And then you attach those. You can have up to 4 guns at once. And they have like finite ammo. So when that gun is empty, it's empty. And you got to find something else. And you can't really pick and choose. You got to work with what you've got. Also, same thing for life, right? So you can't just repair yourself anytime. Anytime you defeat the brain and get back to your ship, you still have that same damage. And so you've got to manage your life over the course of several runs. You've got to manage your guns and ammo over the course of several runs. And then when you get back to the ship and all is done, you've got some money, then you unlock some stuff in the store, and that stuff shows up in the next series of runs that you do. So a pretty classic progression there. But I feel like overall, I really like this game a lot. I feel like it works in third person, just like it did in 2D, with a couple of really key changes.
You mean first person?
What did I say?
Third person.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
No, yeah, okay, yes, correct.
It works
first
in first person.
It works in first person.
Yeah.
Just like it works in 2D. Thank you for that correction. That's what I meant to say. But it is different, a different flavor. I feel like it is tactical and easier in a way that the first game wasn't. In the first game, it was a lot of twitch, a lot of like really fighting for your life. But this one, because you're third person, I feel like you're kind of approaching it more cautiously. Like you're like very carefully, okay, how many enemies are in this room? Where's the thing I need to get to? I feel like it feels strategic in a way that the first one didn't.
You can see your environment more, maybe?
Maybe. Yes and no.
Oh, no, because it's first person. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
You can adjust the field of view, which I did. I changed the field of view, which really made a difference. But also, it helps in a way because you can kind of aim and be more cautious, and you can see things further away from you, but also you're losing the situational awareness of behind you and to the back of you. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of a toss-up. Like it's like a win and lose both at the same time. I think ultimately I would like a third-person option. I think that would be my ultimate sweet spot, but you only have first person. So that's kind of a disappointment, but that's okay. I'm still dealing with that. But I feel like also the runs are maybe a little bit too long. I have not completed the game yet. I haven't even completed a full run yet. So I get like maybe like 5 ships in and the difficulty really ramps up. And so I'm still like, unlocking stuff and finding my way with it. So it's still good, but I feel like the runs could be a little bit shorter, or at least maybe like you could save after doing like 3 ships or something. Cause it does kind of suck to get like, a good piece in and then you die and you go back to the very start. So yeah. I feel like it's a little bit too punitive at the moment. I wish like, every 2 ships save and then, give it another shot or something like that. But overall, I really like this one a lot. It's interesting and quick and tactical in a way that the first one wasn't, but it still feels like the same game, but like different. It's like a friend that you recognize, but they've grown and changed over the years, and now they're in a different place, but also a good place. And so it's the same, but not quite the same, and it's new, but not quite new. And it's very interesting to see a developer take the exact same game and just flip it this way and see how different it is and yet how similar it is. So it's pretty cool. I do like it a lot. I do plan on finishing this one. I'm going to really give it a shot. And if anybody likes what I've said, check this out. Gunhead, playing this one on PlayStation actually, but also Cryptarch is really worth a look as well. I think both of these are great, especially to do like a compare and contrast would be really interesting for like people who are studying game design or like game development. I think this is a really neat use case.
Yeah, and you think it's easier, kind of.
I do think it's easier, kind of. I will say there are difficulty settings in Gunhead. I can't remember if there were in Cryptarch or not, but I've got it on the easiest setting. And so it's pretty easy, which is fine because I kind of like basically just chill out with it. But it does get hectic and you do have to like really manage 3D space. So I'm still kind of coming to grips with managing like above and behind and below. A little bit more detail put into like the radar I think would help. There's this radar and there's lots of maps and stuff. So they really want to give you some help. I think just a little tweaking of that. It does feel pretty early. And like I always say, the best time to play this game, probably 6 months from now when they've polished it up a little bit, but it's still in a good place right now. And I do recommend it for people who want a roguelike that is a little bit something different for sure.
All right, check it out then.
Yeah, Gunhead is good stuff. And also Cryptarch as well.
And real quick to a tangent, because you mentioned, or I just mentioned easy, or you mentioned easy. We both mentioned easy.
We did.
Modes. This is something that PlayStation has that I just learned about.
What's that?
That you can change in the settings recommended or like preferred mode of difficulty.
Oh, and like in your system settings?
In your system settings. And it will pick it on the game.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cool.
So I just recently put it down to easy. I was like, fuck it. I'm so tired of this shit. Like I always, get mad as it's maybe too hard or whatever. I can always adjust it, but I just love it that like, maybe you do want it hard or whatever. You could do whatever you want, but like it adjusts it in the games. That's
pretty cool. I love having those options. I think Xbox has a suite of options like that as well. I don't know about difficulty, but there are certain things you can change on a system level that will be applied to like every game that you play.
I do
as
like
long
that,
as the developers make those changes. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
All right. That is Gunhead. Carlos, Trepang 2.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. Literally zero.
Okay. I thought we were going to keep doing this game.
I mean, you can do it. I don't know anything about this game.
Well, I'm doing it because I played the game.
Okay.
You can hear
glad one of us has played the
what
game.
It is.
Okay, let me guess. I don't know anything about this. I know that Darren at Game Critics took it on for a review, which surprised me. The title tells me nothing. I don't even know what a Trepang is, and I didn't know there was a first one. Literally nothing. And knowing your taste, I'm going to say, oh shit, I don't know. Some kind of a open world, action-y, real-time combat thing, probably anime flavored. That's as far as I can get.
Wildly off.
Wildly off, okay.
I'm 2 for 2, and you are 0.
You're like 1.5 for 2.
Didn't I get the first puzzle?
You were pretty close. Okay, I'll give it to you. That's fine. 2 for 2.
Okay.
I'm 0 for 2.
So this is just a first-person shooter with like powers. That's it.
Oh, boring. Okay.
Right, which is, again, it can be boring, but what you've heard this like a broken record from me. If I'm in a mood
Sure.
or something, I just want I want a first-person shooter now. And
Well, what's
I like
it called?
them.
Trepang. What does that got to do with anything?
I
What
don't
does that
know,
mean?
and I'm not. I don't think I even want to know. How about that? I don't even want to know.
That's frustrating.
There is a Halloween update I just saw. Yeah, I don't care. Oh yeah, that's right. There was in the menu. It opened up and it said, "Do you want a pumpkin head?" And I was like, "No." Let me figure out the story first.
It's November. Thank you. Jesus.
Well, not
rude.
That's not why. It could have been a Thanksgiving head, but Turkeyhead.
Turkeyhead.
Turkeyhead's a good name for the podcast.
Yeah,
Although we're not really talking about Thanksgiving. Anywho, I just look at the gifts on Steam. Look at the quick trailer. You know what this game is? It's like run and gun, shoot enemies, but also powers, and not a ton of powers. I don't know. I'm sure you can unlock more, but I just played for a little bit, and you have the cloak thing, and then you have the slow down time thing.
Like you go invisible, like the Predator.
Yep, go invisible.
Okay.
And then you can you slow down time. The slow down time is awesome. It's not like slow down the world, Max Payne. It's just slow down. Well, yes, it's slow down the world, but it doesn't feel like a Max Payne thing. It's more just like kind of to maneuver and to be smart and tactical.
Sure.
Like I'll use it really quickly. You can turn it on and off with like L trigger. Playing this on PlayStation, and so you turn it on, go in, your slow mo, shoot all people you want. Turn it back off, so you save it because it's it's a what is it? It has a meter,
Does it recharge over time, or you got to?
It does recharge over time.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think you have to kill people for it to recharge, though.
Gotcha.
Either way, like you use it sparingly, then you jump back out. They have a slide mechanic, which is fun. I always like slide mechanics, but this slide is you can slide underneath enemies, especially the ones with shields, and it knocks them up in the air physics wise.
Gotcha.
And then you can shoot them. So it's just like old school in a way, and it's all the things you'd want out of this game. I didn't play the first game, but I'm sure that's what this was. And it's just mindless fun. And the physics are there. You can also grab people and then throw them, which is always fun. And so you can use them as shield or kill them or throw them. And so you throw them, you shoot them at the same time, shoot someone else. And the only downside is that there's no down sights. It's like there's no aiming, for shooting.
How do you shoot? You just
shoot.
There's no
crosshairs,
reticle or anything.
There's reticle.
Okay.
But there's no aiming. Is it ADS or whatever?
Yes.
So there's just I hope I hit them.
Oh, interesting.
And so that's kind of annoying at times, but they have a sniper rifle, and a couple times you can zoom in on, but that's like a zoom button, so it's not like normally push an L trigger. But what's crazy about that is how much we all push L trigger,
yes,
or like whatever trigger, yeah.
I'm constantly flexing that finger all day long.
Right. Well, this is a grenade in this game.
Oh,
so I'm wasting all my grenades.
You're just grenading constantly.
Yeah, it's like forget about it. Like I'm out all the time.
And you can't adjust that in the controls?
I guess I should just look to see if it's changeable.
Okay.
But yeah, that's like basically the only kind of negative. But it's just fun. It's like mindless fun, super simple. You can pick up story bits along the way, but I'm just there to cause some chaos. So I think it's like again $25, totally worth it. It's on sale on Steam right now for $20. Reviews are very positive. It's fun. It's not for you.
That shooting stuff, not for me. But if you like that shooting stuff, seems like it shoots.
It dodges, and there's some
shooting
abilities.
And dodging.
And later on, I think there's more abilities because you're special. You're special.
Yes.
We all want to feel special.
We all love to feel special. That's very true.
So Trepang it up. I like it. Wait, we all like all the games so far.
So far, we do. Wow. Is that streak going to continue? We'll see.
Well, it will because you already foreshadowed the beginning.
Yeah, I already spoiled it. Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm going to talk about Flooded. You want to give this a shot? Flooded.
Gosh, why is it all yours? I don't know. Okay. Well, I did pretty good so far. So, Flooded. Not using Google. Flooded. Brad, isn't that the game where it's fuck? What would you like? Wait. Are you playing this? Aren't you playing this on the Switch?
I am playing this on the Switch.
Yeah, I thought so. This is that 2D game on the Switch.
That's a gimme.
I'm right so far, right?
Yeah. So far, you're correct.
And it's there's water in it.
Yep, there is.
Yep, and it's like a adventure story, but like the whole world is flooded.
You're very close, but what genre is this?
And the adventure game kind of.
Okay. You're very close. You're very close. Very close.
What is it?
I'll give you a 0.5 on that one.
Okay.
So Flooded is what is it's like a Sim City city builder sort of thing, but with a difference. There is a story. It is an adventure. There's also like a free play mode where you can change all sorts of settings and stuff like that if you just want to mess around with it, which is fine. But I'm playing the campaign mode, and in this campaign, there's a couple of miners. They're in a mine, and not children. They are people who get rare minerals from under the ground. Mm-hmm. They come up from the mine and they're like, "Oh shit! The entire world is flooded. It wasn't like this when we went down here. What happened?" So they're just on this tiny little patch of land, and the whole rest of the world is water. So
I got that right.
Yeah, you were right. You were on that.
Okay.
So they're freaking out, and so what happens is you have to. There's a series of challenges the campaign gives you. And a lot of it is like the tutorialization, teaching the systems, but also there's like little challenges along the way. Like you have to build certain things. For example, like build a mine and build up like 500 steel. And when you get the 500 steel, then you build like solar panels, and solar panels will give you electricity. And when you get electricity, then you can build like a boat, and the boat gets you like off the island, kind of a thing. So there's all these little milestones along the way. But the thing about this game is, so it's kind of like a SimCity, but different in the sense that, number one, there's a story and a campaign, but also the world is constantly flooding. So you start off on a medium-sized island, and then there's a clock in the upper left-hand corner. You cannot do anything unless the clock is running. You can pause the game, and you can look at the map, but you can't make choices. You can't queue anything up. You can't disassemble or assemble anything. Nothing like that. You can just look, but then to do anything, the clock has to be running, because when that clock counts down, the whole water level rises by 1 square, which means your island gets smaller by 1 square.
Okay.
So you're constantly on this race against time to get your stuff done and balance your resources before your island goes underwater. And if you make it, then you get to another island and the story continues. You get a little boat and you move on. Or you're like, oh shit, we drowned, and restart. So I think this is really, really fun and interesting. I don't do a lot of city builders, but this is one that's really kind of got my attention. Number one, because it is there's a little bit of story. It's not a huge story. It's mostly just to keep you going in the campaign, but I think it's good enough. I think it adds lots of little micro challenges and lots of micro objectives for you to play. Because it's not just mess around. It's like, okay, well, I need to get 500 steel before turn 3. How can I do that? What can I do? And the added twist to this is every time you start the game, your island is randomly generated. So it's not the same every single time. Let's say you start the challenge where you need to get 500 steel and you don't make it. Oh, fuck. Okay, restart. The island is a completely different size and shape. It could be smaller. It could be bigger. You could have lots of steel. You could have less steel. And so whatever you're doing, it's fresh. You don't feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over, which is great. I appreciate that a lot. Your guys in your story have little powers you can do. I've only unlocked 2 of them so far, but the first guy, his special power is he can click on any mine, and if you want to, he can mine with the people who are in there. So what that means is it's kind of one of those things where you assign a miner to a mine, and it'll be every 5 seconds you get 2 steel or something like that. But if he goes in there, a little mini game pops up, and you can jam on your button as fast as you can, and he just mines super crazy fast. It's da 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 da, so you can get extra mining in if you want. Another person can move buildings without tearing them down and rebuilding them, which is mega helpful. Other powers pop up as you go. So there's a little bit of advanced wars, a little bit of character flavor to it, which I think kind of makes it stand out a little bit. But also, I just really like how you just have to this race against time, and the roguelike element of it is really appealing to me. So I think that's all really good. I like it a lot. The only downside to this is, number one, the text is way too small for handheld mode on the Switch, and I think everything on the screen is way too small on the Switch in handheld mode. Now, the developers acknowledge this, and they're like, here's what you can do. Push a button, and all the buildings flatten to almost to where they're like tokens almost. That is highest possible visibility, and that's the mode I play in all the time. Because you don't need to see buildings, you don't need to see animation. I think this game is entertaining enough to where simply doing the challenges is enough fun for me. I don't need to see all the little teeny people walking around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just like here's the map. Deal with it. It runs better in dock mode. It's bigger in dock mode. My TV is pretty big, so I play it in that mode as much as I can. It's pretty small on the Switch, I think. Also, I will say that I do feel like recently. I'm hoping Nintendo's going to be announcing a Switch 2 pretty soon, because I feel like a lot of the games I've been playing lately have been hitting the upper limit of what the Switch can do. I've been playing a lot of games where they've been chugging or where there's long pauses as it loads something. None of the Nintendo first-party games, of course, but like a lot of the other like indie games and stuff, just more and more and more I'm noticing like they're struggling.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe time for an upgrade for the Switch. This one chugs a little bit, not too much. But when there's a lot going on the screen, or like when you're in some of the menus, it does chug.
And it shouldn't. I mean, come on.
It really
It's
shouldn't. Yeah, it
2D,
really shouldn't.
Like, come on.
Yeah, but overall, it feels a little bit like Frostpunk, where you're kind of like...
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Frostpunk, where you're kind of like a plucky band of survivors trying to stay alive against the whole world. Like, all the elements are against you, you know? And I just got to the part where there's like pirates. Pirates show up and they try to steal your resources. You got to erect little defenses against them. It's all just very small and contained, but also really cool, really good idea, really well done. I just like it a lot. I think it's really fun, and I think it's a challenge, and I think it's good stuff. I mean, you win, dude. It's win. It's good stuff.
Check it out.
Definitely
That's
check it out.
4 for 4.
Yeah, Flooded is good stuff. Christmas Massacre. Let me take a stab at this since we're doing this.
Oh, yeah,
episode.
good.
Christmas Massacre. So, obviously, it's going to be a horror game. I'm thinking, as most horror games are, it's probably first person, probably dark hallways. You're either Santa, or maybe you're killing Santas. Maybe you are Santa. I'm going to say that you are Santa, deranged Santa, and you're going around dark, spooky hallways killing people, and then that's what this game is.
Pretty close, but it's,
okay.
It's third person, and you can switch to first person.
Okay, so I was halfway there. All
yeah,
right.
but
Surprise.
you are Santa, and you are killing people.
Oh, you are Santa. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, nailed it. Excellent. Okay,
so
good.
you got one before we're
Nice.
finished.
Okay.
It's one of those games where it's like it looks like PlayStation 1 again, right? The horror
those
games.
real. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
The chunky.
But it's
graphics.
not tank controls, so you're just walking around with analog control. So it's not that, because I really get tired of tank controls. But is that look? There's actually like many different camera filters. So like the first one's VHS, but you can actually change it, which I appreciate.
Oh, okay.
To like just PlayStation graphics, or like I have it on like 8mm film or something.
Gotcha.
So you can kind of like fuck with it until the visibility is good for you, but it still has a aesthetic, a feel.
Got it.
So yeah, I mainly played this game for the lulz. I wanted to get some good videos out of it because it just seems ridiculous. You're Santa killing people. And what's weird is two things. You start the game in the, pre-story or whatever, which is not what they call it.
The pre-story?
The pre-story. What's it called?
the opening cutscene?
Prologue.
Prologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pre-story. You're supposed to be small Santa, or you're like small kid, and like you learn, like Halloween did it, where the kid like kills and it's like, oh no, that's bad, don't do that, and now that's how that person became the origin story.
What? You start killing people as a kid?
Well, Halloween did that with the little kid. Do you remember that Halloween?
I've seen it. I don't remember it. I haven't seen it in decades.
Anyways, don't worry, because you as a kid is just the same exact model, the Santa man,
But smaller?
Oh
wow.
And
Okay.
it looks weird. Like, you can't reach like certain things. And I was like, what is this game? Am I just a miniature Santa the whole time? But it's saying that you're supposed to be a kid or something dressed as Santa. Dumb. It's really ridiculous.
Okay.
So you finally do your first kill, which takes a minute because I'll tell you how the game works. It actually is a little smarter than just go around and kill things. But and then at some point it says many years later, and now you're adult size. But it's the same model. It's just everything is the same size now.
Is this supposed to be like a comedy game, or is it not?
I can't tell. All these games are that same thing. It's like they're not ever really trying to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're kind of their own genre, right? PlayStation graphics, scary kind of. Killing is ridiculous. This is more over the top than a lot of the other ones. But what's the interesting? Two things are interesting about this game. Where I could just say those words and you'd kind of get what it is. But it's definitely kind of like you hide in the shadows game, which makes you feel like a killer kind of thing, where there's a sensitivity meter and you can see if you're fully hidden, that kind of thing.
Oh, so you need to sneak up on people? You're not just
sneaking.
like a rampaging serial killer?
Yeah. And if too many people see you, like in the very beginning tutorial, they'll run away, and if they get away, it's game over.
Call the cops or something?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess that's probably what happened. And Santa looks sad or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't get my
kills."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And when you do kill, was that Lauren Michaels?
I don't know what that was. Sorry, I apologize. Sorry.
It'd be good if the show was funny tonight. Anyways,
yeah,
terrible. So
went from bad to worse right there.
I know. Sorry, but basically, you want to capture people before they run away, and then that's by staying in the shadows. And so then when you get to the actual game after the like tutorial prologue thing, there's some weird things with like nuns and just creepy imagery.
What?
I don't know what building I'm in, but I'm like in a weird building where people are dancing downstairs, and that image will haunt me forever because the guys are like dancing, but they're like almost like dancing like marionettes because it's like really
weird.
bad graphics,
Yeah.
So it all just feels like surreal, like a weird dream. And so you have to kill and then like get away back into the shadows. Kill, get back in, and so you have to be just tricky about it.
Do you have to hide the bodies?
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
And this is gross. If you chop up the bodies enough, it turns like into pieces and stuff. It's really
Gross.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay, I'm not playing game for gore. I don't like gore.
Yeah, I was going to say you're not a gore guy.
But this is just like, it's so ridiculous. PlayStation graphics, you can't take it seriously. And I did like and appreciate the kind of different element of like being stealthy. So long story short, I beat like the main area as the adult so I can go into the actual game, that thing where like now the game starts. Because there's like two areas, as a kid and then as an adult, and now you got it. You figured it out. How to not let people run away. Then you go to just like a house in the woods, right? Like it's snowy out, you're Santa, there's a house in the woods. They're all in there like listening to music. Oh man, there's two girls dancing. And again, it's like crazy looking, They're dancing real weird.
Like that uncanny valley horrifying sort of thing.
Yeah, and they're also like just like pixely and stuff. And anyways, so one of the coolest moments happened in this game when I didn't think I would expect it because, all that sounds like okay on paper. I get to the house, and it's the first time I decided to go to first person because you can do that anytime. And then I see her here and my character breathe, like a killer,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then it's that like circle eyes, circle out eyes, and so like you can't see all of your vision,
Like you're looking out of a mask?
Out of a mask, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Santa
Gotcha.
mask. And I'm on top of that. I have to be sneaky. It's not just go kill things. So I know that I have to stop sometimes.
So that sounds like it totally changes the way you play. Like if you have such limited vision and stuff, that's totally different. Okay.
So what's funny is that when I did it that way, I realized what it was like to be a killer in these horror movies. Because I went up to this woman, she was watching TV in the couch, and you would think like, oh, just go kill her, But there's other people in the other room, and there's someone in the hallway.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to hide in the shadows. They're going to turn around. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to go, kill, and then turn the lights off. Because then, now it's dark and they can't see. And so I was being smart. And I was like, wait, is this game better than I thought it was?
Oh, wow.
Because I was like enjoying the hunt more.
Carlos, I'm getting a little concerned here, my friend.
No, you shouldn't, because like that. I mean, it's good news for the developer. Like this
I'm
game,
hearing something in your voice that wasn't there before, man. I don't know about this.
I don't know what you're talking about, Brad Galloway.
You're getting down a dark path here, my buddy.
You hear what I'm saying? There's so many games that are horror in quotes.
I hear you lusting for blood.
No, okay. Do I keep going with this joke?
We can stop.
Okay, thank you. I'm hungry. No, but the point is this. There's so many games where you just go kill things, blah, blah, blah. And you even just said it, Like, oh, that's not that game. So it's a stealth kill game. And even the games like where what is that, Dead by Daylight and stuff.
Yeah.
They're still an action-y game. Like, you're being stealthy, but you're still action-y. This is like straight up like, don't spook them,
You know what's ridiculous about this whole thing? You know what is completely ridiculous about this?
What?
I didn't give this game a second glance when I saw it pop up in my list of PR emails. And I'm listening to you talk about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll try this. What the fuck? What's wrong with me? How are you selling me on this game, dude? What is even happening right now?
It's just that one mechanic, I think, is because the rest of it's like kind of corny. There's a lot of it that's corny. And it's like, I don't really need to play this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, this doesn't even remotely sound like my jam, but I'm hearing you talk about it, and I'm like, you're corrupting me with your darkness, man. I'm like, oh, maybe this is a good time.
Let's put it this way. The thing I'm explaining right now is my next TikTok video because it was like such a moment for me. I was like, wait, I feel like the killer. This is weird. The graphics aren't, they're old school. I shouldn't. It's so hokey and corny. But I do. And like when I got to the hallway, there was a guy there. He turned around and he was saying things like, wait, I thought she was in the other room. Where is she? He's talking about the girl I just killed.
Right.
And I turned the lights off in the hall and then killed him. And then went to the next room and turned the lights off before anyone got in there. And then I saw the two girls dancing in the other room. By the way, spoiler, those girls are fast.
They are in good shape.
Well, I'm game overing each time I get to that room.
Oh, really?
So
They
yeah,
just get away too quickly.
They're way too. So I feel like there's another puzzle I'm supposed to do.
Interesting. So there's kind of a puzzle element as well.
Well, there's something else I should do because if I just go in there guns blazing, they get away. Like I'm not fast enough. So it's interesting, man. I'm like,
wow,
I shouldn't like this. But
this went to a place I did not think it was going to go. I didn't think for a minute that you were going to get me interested in this. And I think you got to have a little bit.
And I don't want to be Santa killing people, I
don't want to be either. But you've kind of got me intrigued now. So,
well, I'll keep playing it because
I guess good job.
Yeah, I guess.
Good job, Carlos.
Well, good job, the developers.
Developers, yes. Christmas Massacre.
Check it out.
Check it out. All right, last game of the show.
Oh, last game of the show.
Last game of the show. And this one is a banger. This is really, really, just spoiler, really good.
Whoa.
Backpack Hero. Do you know about this one? Backpack
Hero. Is that the game where you have that backpack? You're also a hero. It's on the Switch.
It is.
It's 2D.
Yep, you're on the money.
Colorful graphics.
Yep.
And you like it a lot.
Yes, but what genre is it?
It's a platformer.
Oh man, so close. You're so close.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so Backpack Hero, all that stuff you said is true. Colorful, 2D, pixel-based on the Switch. It is a roguelike. It is a turn-based roguelike. And you know what? I saw pictures of this game, and I'm like, oh, the game looks cute. I'll check it out. Because, I play all the roguelikes, right?
You do.
On console, anyway. And I started playing this game, and I was just like, what? What? This game is genius, dude. Like, what the hell? It only took me like 5 minutes to realize what a fucking amazing game this is. Now, with that said, I phrase it as genius in the roguelike sense because I play all the roguelikes. So I have a lot of things to compare it to. And it just like is really, really smart, really, really good. So what is this game? You play a mouse, little girl mouse. Her mom is disappeared. And your dad is like back at town, and your town is really run down and crappy, and you want to rebuild the town. There is a dungeon nearby that is full of treasure, and so you want to go into the dungeon, get some treasure, help rebuild the town. Pretty straightforward. The plot does go places. It's not, but you're probably not coming to this for the story. There's a good story here just to kind of keep things rolling along, but really you're coming from the mechanics. What are the mechanics? So you go into this dungeon, and your backpack is magical. It starts out very small, like maybe like a 3x3 grid, I think, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of different modes you can choose from. But in the basic one, you just go into the dungeon. You start off with like wooden sword and like a crappy shield and like a fish to eat when you like lose some health or something. Pretty basic. You fight some dudes. It's turn-based battles. And then you get some experience. And when your experience goes up, your backpack gets bigger.
Oh, so it's like Resident Evil style. I'm looking like inventory. You're putting the things in the backpack.
Yeah. So like when you are fighting characters, which is probably the bulk of the game, is like when you're fighting characters, you're on the left on the bottom, enemies are on the right on the bottom, and in the top and the largest part of the screen is your backpack. It's a grid based backpack. So at first you're thinking, okay, I just limited space, right? I got to take the most important things, which is true, but the complication and the genius of this game is that it really matters where you put things in the backpack because everything has an effect on everything else. For example, you'll get like a piece of armor, like a helmet, right? And it'll be like, this thing will give you 2 shield per turn, but only if it's in the top row. If it's not in the top row, then it doesn't work. Okay, so you're like, I got to put the shield up here. And then you get like a little magic gem that's like, okay, this will give your sword +1 fire, but only if it's right next to the sword. It can't be like in this other spot. So maybe like your backpack's all messed up where the sword's like over here and the helmet's over here, and they're not next to each other in the way they're supposed to be. So you're not getting the bonus effects. But if you take all the stuff out of your backpack and rearrange it, then all of a sudden you've got like all these buffs. You've got like a shield buff and a flame buff and an attack buff and all this stuff.
It's kind of genius. That's kind of genius.
Yeah, it's fucking genius, dude. It's fucking genius. Now that's already good enough. That's already fucking already good enough. They're like, no. We got more. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, bro. So there's different types of weapons, and every type of weapon works in a different way. And it makes you build your backpack in a different way, because the backpack doesn't just get bigger in a square shape. You choose whatever squares you want. So you could be like, you start with 3x3, you can make it like, 5 rows on top and 2 rows on bottom. Or you can do 3 rows on the right and 1 row on the left, or like whatever you want based on what you're doing. So for example, you'll get a bow, and you want to put the bow like on the left side of your backpack, because the arrows gain +1 attack for every row that is to the right of that arrow. So what you want to do is you want to get like a really like wide and shallow backpack, because you want the arrow to have as many like rows to go through, or columns to go through as possible, right? But if you get like the sword one where it has to be close to the shield or whatever, then you're going to have like a square backpack. And then if you're going to have like a multiple, like you have nunchucks, right? There's nunchucks you can pick up. You need like a lot of space, otherwise you hit yourself with a nunchuck. So you got to have like this giant like top heavy backpack, and it changes how you go. And the thing that's really brilliant, and that was already over the top. That was already like, wow, this is amazing. When you get to the magic part, dude, I was like, what the fuck? They've got even more. The magic is almost like an electricity system, where you have a magic ball, which powers your magic item. And then certain items are conductive to this magic power and some are not. So you got to look at these items and be like, okay, well, here's my magic ball, like a battery almost. And I have a magic wand. That's cool. Which is separate from your attack. So if you get to the magic, you're doing your regular attack, then the magic system's on top of this. But the genius of this is, if you arrange this shit in your backpack to make a circuit, it totally powers up all that shit with magic power, and you've got like superpower all of a sudden. Wow. So like I was having like a flame gem that was next to like a dagger that was next to a sword, and when the battery turned on, you could see the current running through all those things because they were conductive. And so my sword is powered up, and everything it ran through was doing like this bonus damage, because I was designing like this little electrical circuit in my backpack. It was bonkers, dude. Like I was like, what the fuck? How is this game so good? How is this game so rich with systems? Like it's crazy that this is what it is. So like half the game is like looking at the stuff you have, rearranging it to give yourself as much power, offensive, defensive, magic power, all the little like, passive effects and stuff. And if you're good about it, it's huge. It's huge benefit. It's like the difference between getting worked by the second enemy in the dungeon or steamrolling the big boss at the end, which I've done a couple times. When you get like all these fucking things working together, you're like, oh shit, like this is good. Like you feel powerful, you feel smart because you figured it out. You're just like knocking dudes over left and right. Like nobody can touch you. It's fucking awesome. It feels so good.
Dude, they call it an inventory management roguelike on the Steam page. And it seems super unique. By the way, not to make it about another game, but God of Weapons was a game like this. It's being sold together with Backpack Hero right now on Steam. Like you can get both of those inventory management games at the same time, but it's a rare genre.
Yeah,
It just seems like they killed it. We didn't play God of Weapons though.
I have not played God of Weapons. I would be open to it if it's being bundled with this. I'll check it out.
It is being bundled, yeah.
It is just like, okay, so like that's all good. That's all amazing shit. That would be enough right there. That's already enough, more than enough. But then there's like a whole story section. Now I will say, you can do just like roguelike run. You can just like quick play bonus mode. Just do the dungeon run if you want to. But the thing that really puts this way over the top is there's like a town and a story mode. In this story mode, they slowly work you through the mechanics. They give you these little milestones to like shoot for, so you're not feeling overwhelmed. So you kind of learn things as you go. And what I really like about this is they give you these little micro challenges. You'll meet villagers and they'll be like, hey, I want you to do this thing for me. And what this means is I want you to take these 3 items as your starting items, and you got to win with these 3 things. You can pick up other stuff along the way, but you got to use these 3 things. And it could be like, it could be something that's really powerful, OP, or it could be something that's really hard to use. So for example, like one of them is like an ice cream cone. Someone's like, win with the ice cream cone and I'll give you a reward. I'm like, okay. And what the ice cream cone does, I'm not going to get too in the weeds, but like it changes how your energy system works. And so that's like you got to totally change the way you play in order to make best use of the ice cream cone. Or someone's like, oh, use this armor, and this armor totally changes the way you play, and you got to like figure out whole new ways to like everything you know doesn't work because you're using different equipment. And so it's like constantly giving you new challenges, new things. You're not doing the same thing over and over. Like you're always thinking about, how can I leverage this? What is the advantage of this? How can I use the bow? How can I use this electrical battery? Like, what can I do? It's fucking brilliant, dude. It's so good. The story side I think is great. Again, you're playing it for like learning the mechanics and stuff, and the micro challenges, not really the story, but the fact that it even exists is awesome. Backpack system, fucking awesome. It's just brilliant. These people fucking understand roguelikes. They understand the core of roguelikes. They get it. They have iterated on it. They have gone beyond it. Like, it is just like one of the best roguelikes I've played in the last few years. It's so fucking good. I can't put it down. It's amazing.
And it's also expectations. We always say that. Like, you know, you went in going like, this might be okay. Yeah. And it just kept surprising you at every turn.
Oh my God. Like every time I think I see the size of it, it's like it keeps going, dude.
You sold me on it, and I don't play a lot of roguelikes.
You don't, yes.
So I'm going to wishlist it on my Steam because it seems like it does all the right things.
Oh my God.
And the fact that it has a story as well, and it's just smart and interesting, and I like the character design too. I'm all in. I'm actually going to check it out.
It's so good. It's so good. Just one little quick word of warning. I'm playing it on the Switch, and as I just discussed, the hardware limitations of the Switch. It's 99% totally fine, and in fact, it's a good fit for the Switch. I think playing this in a handheld mode is really, really where it feels comfortable. But there's a few times when like the cursor gets a little wonky, and also when you're in town, as your town gets bigger, I start to notice that it hits like memory capacity, kind of chugging a little bit. So it's totally fine.
Damn it, you
totally
Switch.
Works.
Yeah.
I love it, and this is one of the best games I played this year. But if you have a choice between Switch and PC, probably go PC, because I think, you know, with the larger memory capacity and the hardware stuff. So
it's done.
Yeah, it's done. It's, man, fucking wow, dude. What a great ass game. I'm just so impressed with it.
$16.99 on Steam right now on
Oh
sale.
my God. Amazing price.
Purchasing it tonight, and very excited to play it.
So fucking good. So fucking good. Okay. That is it. That is the end of the show. We're going to wrap up here in a second. Just a couple really quickie things before we go. Carlos, anything you want to talk about?
Right after this and after I eat, I'm playing Tales of Arise DLC, finally. Tonight I'm using it for my comfort gaming. Tales of Arise I played and beat and loved and really enjoyed the ending. I just bring it up because the ending was that one of those endings where it kept going after the credits, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I loved it. Like, it kept telling story, and because I'd spent so much time with those people. And now Beyond the Dawn is the DLC, and it's like where that, you know, literally where that story picked up after. So I'm excited.
Right on.
And then Beacon 23 is really good. I think I mentioned it last episode.
What is Beacon 23?
Maybe I didn't mention it last episode.
It doesn't sound familiar. What is it? Refresh my memory.
It's the author of Silo, and that was also made into a TV show for Apple.
It's on my list still.
Silo's very good, but Beacon 23 is also fucking very good. Sci-fi mystery, super awesome. I think it's on MGM Plus.
What?
Yeah.
That's a channel now?
Yeah, you can watch the first episode on Amazon for free.
Jesus, I already got too many subscriptions, man. I can't do more subscriptions.
Find a way to get it or whatever, but you can watch the first episode for free on Amazon.
What? Just in a nutshell, what is it about?
A space station that someone gets stranded there from a spaceship that blows up, and there's already somebody on that space station, and they talk, and then I don't want to say anything else. So much stuff happens in this; it's crazy, and it's got that woman from Game of Thrones.
Okay, the
main person.
Yes.
There's not one main person, but whatever. And then also, I saw The Creator finally, because that's on Amazon.
Oh, was it good? We were looking at that. Is it
good?
It's
good. It's just a little long. Like,
really? Okay.
It's really, the AI discussion happens a lot, where about robots and AI and stuff. What does it mean to be human, etc. I think it was very well produced. It's a super, like, in quotes, cheap movie for the industry. Like, it's not a ton of money they spent on it. And it's just really done well. So it's like an awesome world, and I think they want to create a universe to keep making more movies in this world.
Everything's franchises these days.
Yeah, but I would like to see it. I just think that it was a little long, maybe like 15 minutes too long, but nothing. I think it was excellent. So
okay, right on.
That's it from me. Done.
All right, I have some stuff. I'm going to put a pin in some of this stuff because I'm actually starving,
bro.
But really quickly, I will say I watched Joyride, which is a brand new movie. My wife picked it. It is a movie about 4 Asian women who go to China, ostensibly to close a business deal. It's like one person's doing the business deal and the other 3 friends are kind of going along. But it also kind of comes into the main character wanting to find her birth mother because she was adopted by white parents, and so she's not very connected to her Asian heritage. Now, let me stop you.
Okay.
Because I can already tell people are like, oh, it's one of those touchy-feely women, heritage. They probably cry. No. This is a comedy. It is raunchy as fuck, dude.
This is, what's it called? Bridesmaid, basically.
It is, yeah, it is very similar to Bridesmaids. So I was like, we knew it was a comedy, and I was a little bit shook by how raunchy this film was. Not complaining, because we laughed, and we thought it was really funny and really well done. But this movie went further than I thought it was going to go by like 3 steps. And there's a few scenes where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they just showed that. That was crazy. So it was really funny. It was really well done. Definitely raunchy, definitely sexy. If you want to laugh and be a little bit embarrassed, it's a really good film.
Yeah.
It's not sad times. It's not heartfelt emo, nothing. So don't let that description put you off. It's basically like Bridesmaids in China.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
I
started it. I didn't finish it.
Oh my God. There are certain scenes where I'm just like, holy shit, I can't believe they just did that. Okay. Anyway, thumbs up though. Definitely a thumbs up.
It seems fun, yeah.
Really fun. All right, folks, that's a show. Before we close, we'd like to ask you to leave reviews, share us on social media, but most importantly of all, please recommend us to your friends. And as always, we do want your questions and comments. Hit us up, sovideogamespodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up individually. Carlos, where are we sending you traffic this week?
Just glitch to the ground on TikTok or YouTube.
All right. As for me, I'm on Twitter still. Who knows for how long? I keep saying that, but man, it's getting kind of grim over there. Also Blue Sky, also Instagram. My name, BradGallaway. All A's, no O's. And this is going to do it for episode 363. Thank you once again for joining us here on the So Video Games podcast, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Turns on the oven.